So welcome back, everyone. Now, we are talking right now with Ken Kilday. We're continuing to talk, and I'm just going to tune, with anyone that might be just tuning in, I'm going to kind of introduce you. I've done that before, but I thought it was a good idea to do. Ken is an executive coach. He is a business strategist. He is the owner of Leaders Cut, and we've got our lines open here for everyone to get, you're going to get this academy. You go up onto the website, which is leaderscut.biz, and then
Making the cut.
I'm sorry, look at me, trying to make a big splash here, and look what I did. So it's makingthecut.biz. Go to makingthecut.biz, and you're going to see that there's an academy, and there is a cost for it. You do not sign up for it. Just call me, you're going to get it for free. So our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. One of the things that I love that you do is that when we say that you start working and they can call you, you literally mean that at any point in the game here. It's not like just at the beginning. Explain that, because I love that.
Yeah, it's part of it is just the way I was raised by the parents that raised me. And my mom used to say, you just never want to be too clever by half. And I think a lot of websites are too clever by half. And what I mean by that is the schedule button isn't a calendar, it's a form you have to fill out, and they're going to call you and email you and I don't know what else. But if you, anywhere in my material, if it says schedule and you click it, it's my calendar. And if it's not my calendar, then I've got a broken link and I'll fix it. But it's designed to be my calendar so that you're booking time. When you're ready to talk to me at the time, I invite you to call me. I mean that. If I'm in a session, I won't answer, and as soon as I'm done with the session, I'll call you back. If you want to text me, that is also fine. If you want to email me, also okay. It's whatever channel you want, and I just want to make it easy. You have enough on your plate without making it difficult for you to interact with me when you're ready to interact with me.
And you're basically interacting with you the minute you go up onto the website.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've designed.
Which is makingthecut.biz.
Makingthecut.biz. And all of the material is also, it's not conditional, it's not behind some little clever click here, click there kind of thing. What I mean by that is sometimes on the website I'll say, hey, click here for this information, but then I have to, there's sort of a not pay to play, but they want a bunch of information rather than just giving me what they said I was clicking into. All the information is right there for you. This is choose your own adventure, and with Carol's show you're going to get a little extra that I would normally charge for. You have full access to that, so use the information. Everything I put out, all of those templates, there's not a second component of delivering more information. Now, if you choose to go down the path where you want to do a full consultation, again, I'm not asking you to be paid, but that is where I do ask for information to make the most of our time together. That's a little bit different. But yeah, I believe in giving you all the information, and if you decide that I'm the coach for you and you want to explore that, then I trust you, business owner, to make that decision for yourself. And I think that's part of the philosophy behind who I am as a business coach is we coaches, especially those of us that are certified with the International Coaching Federation, we believe you have complete agency. You are a whole, complete person. I'm not there to fix anything because it's not broken. I'm there to help you make really good decisions that fit your business, your goals, your intentions.
I like this, make you a better you.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Right? I just thought about that. I love that. We should write that down.
We should write that down.
I'm going to do that right now while we're talking. And again, I tell them again also what they get for all of this, because it's phenomenal. Listen up, everyone.
Yeah, you're going to get my ebook. It's a 23-minute read. It's the 6 silver bullets you need to grow any business fast. So there are 6 categories where you can dive in a little deep. Start in any order, back to front, front to back, middle and out. Whatever topic most resonates with you, that's where I recommend you begin. The other component is by signing up for the ebook, then I'll automatically send you 23 e-coaching emails diving in a little deeper to various topics that are important to business owners with templates, contact information.
I just want to tell them really quickly right there before you go further, I have read the book, and it's a wonderful book, and I got it before you even did any of this. And
Mm.
what's wonderful is that you obviously, you're including that with everything, and it
Right.
takes 23 minutes to read. It is also wonderful that it has also other templates in it as well as, I like said before, and I'm repeating myself for people who had tuned in
Okay.
just now, is that you have Ken there. You
Yeah.
really do have Ken there in that book. It really does feel like you're just talking to them.
Yeah, it's a wonderful way for you to kind of kick the tires and decide if the coach is what you need, or if the virtual aspect of knowing that I wrote it and edited it and continued to refine it, it's all in there for you. So then you get the 23 emails. Then we automatically put you in our newsletter so that you can continue to hear from us. Again, if at any time you've gotten what you need, that we put opt-outs and everything. We're not gonna chase you around if you don't want the help. However, you do want the help, we're gonna stay in your ear and help you as long as you'd like us to help you.
Mm-hmm.
So back
Go
to
back
the
to what
website.
else?
Sure. So ebook, e-coaching. There's a scorecard assessment on there for you, so you can figure out what phase of business are you really in. There's the creation when we first launch, but then there's a chaotic period, and then we get to control. We're managing the business pretty well, and ultimately we want to build to prosperity and ultimately freedom. Again, every stage has some underlying definition, but a lot of it is what you think, particularly prosperity and freedom. There's a lot of what you believe prosperity and freedom are.
And it's different for everybody.
It's different for everybody, and whatever your goal is the one I'm going to help you coach to and work with you on. And that I'm even in my writing, that's what I want you to hear. This is about you, not me. And and then you get the academy. Again, if you're a listener of this show and you call in, Carol will cover the cost of the academy for you. And last, and I left it last, but yet it's such a powerful tool, the profit equation calculator, which is where you put in, we're assessing what margins, contacts, reaches, conversions, those straightforward leading indicator kind of aspects of the business, and then what would you like them to be? So making small changes, maybe just a 3 to 5% improvement in every one of those metrics. What does that do for the bottom line? It is powerful to see in black and white numbers exactly what small, powerful habits implemented consistently over time can do for you, your team, and ultimately your business.
And you will love what you see, because those changes that you're making are good changes for yourself. And all you have to do is go up onto the website. It's makingthecut.biz. Don't pay for the academy. All you have to do is call in here and you're going to get it for free. So our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And real quickly, because I did want to and it went right out of my head, but I wanted to talk about the businesses that people that, because a lot of times they go, oh, my coach, I am a solopreneur, and we kind of talk a little bit
Sure.
about that. I am a solo gal out there doing it all myself, and I know that a lot of people are, but you don't have to be, it could be anything, right?
True. It's effective information. So whether I was talking to one of my neighbors who is a business owner, and she said, we may not call ourselves the chief executive officer, chief operations officer, or what have you. However, they're functionally somebody is doing that. In a solopreneur's case, somebody is doing that. And maybe you have contracted certain things out. You have a phenomenal CPA that handles that whole She is your chief financial officer. She handles all that for you. You may have another contractor that you use to take care of all your marketing. Maybe you're a social media marketing person, and you gain a lot of business that way. Great, they handle that for you. So even with a solopreneur, there are other softwares and people who help you organize and execute around priorities.
I'll tell you something, it is fantastic. So it doesn't really matter. Don't think about yourself as, oh, I need to be this big business if I have a coach. No, that is not the case. And you'll love getting this information. And if you just go up onto the website, which is makingthecut.biz, you'll see the academy, you'll see there's a cost, but it's not through me. All you have to do is call us here, and you do not have to pay for it. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Again, it's makingthecut.biz. Call us here at 602-277-5369, and I'm going to say this, make yourself a better you. Okay, we're gonna keep, I wrote that down, I love that, you have to do an ad sometime about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
That's great.
We'll see if Michelle picks it up when she watches this video back. She
Oh.
puts together all the content.
Oh, I hope
Yeah.
so, at the end maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, well, well, you can tell her where it is if she, needs to, but she'll see it.
She'll see it. Yeah, she'll
Yeah.
go through all this.
And that's something that you can expand on, because that is the reason why anyone would wanna get a coach,
Mhm.
right? Is to really, they know they wanna better themselves.
Yeah.
Why would anyone, if anyone, people like you use a lot of sports metaphors and things like that,
Mhm.
whereas people in sports, they all have the best of the best, have more than one.
No champion's ever done it, and won a championship in any sport any time ever, team or individual, without a coach. It's never happened.
Nice. And so why wouldn't you want one for yourself to help you better yourself?
Yeah.
Because you can't, a lot of people do try and do these things on their own, but you offer this to them to do that,
Sure.
right? Which is, if you say you went up to Google and you looked at, how to manage time, right?
Find it. And a lot of times.
But there's this much information.
It's a lot of information.
It'll take you too much time to read it to try and figure it out.
They may even start it, but they don't keep up with it. Because they revert back to the mean, and the mean is the way they've always done things. It's familiar, it's easier, it saves time. Like, that's the problem with easy. The habit is easy because you know it. It doesn't mean that it's effective.
Oh, gosh. Most of our habits are not effective.
Right. Yeah, I mean, on some level, they work for us because we know them. We have to think about it constantly. When we're first implementing change, it's hard. It's really tough because we have to think about it, right? It's not automatic for a while. But the result on the other side is tremendous.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Do you want to talk about that, or what would you like to, I know
Sure.
I kind of
Yeah,
over.
yeah. Let's go down that road.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a good road because
Yeah.
I think
Why
a lot
don't
of
people
people.
do it themselves?
I,
My old industry was like that. Why should I pay you if I can do it myself? Well, do it yourself. Well,
Right.
I want to do that. Oh, okay. You want me to do it, but for free?
No,
I mean,
no.
That was a different. I'm telling you, in the old industry, that's how people think.
Oh, and that
In
is an old way of
investments,
thinking.
That's how people think.
Right.
Well, I could do it myself. Could you?
Yeah, no,
'Cause you're not.
because you're not doing it, so why?
You're not doing it.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck.
I thought it was funny when you put the 2-minute up and I wasn't really ready, and I'm like, I'm not ready, and I'm thinking, I can't tell him that. So welcome back, everyone. We have been talking at the break a little bit about why why do it with a coach and not try and do it yourself. And we talked a lot about that. Why do it yourself? And a lot of people, when you say that to them, they say to you, well, I can do it myself. And then you say, can you?
Yeah, can. And if you can, why haven't you? I mean, that's part of if you know how to implement a whole change management system and coach towards more effective leadership, why haven't you? What's gotten in your way? Right?
Yourself.
Yeah, yourself. And what we were talking about at the break is because we revert back to the habit, the mean, right? And the habit we may not be getting the result we want, but we know how to do that and we're fast at it. So, we're doing the ineffective thing fast. Where the work that I'm doing with my current clients and maybe some future clients that are listening is we're implementing changes, and it's not natural at first, right? Again, sports metaphor, changing how you throw a ball, it feels awkward at first until it doesn't, and then you realize it's better, and all of a sudden you're throwing further and faster, and that wins games. So in your business, when you go through that profit equation calculator, first you do the assessment of, wow, if I change these 3 metrics by 5 or 10%, what would that do for the business? That's step one, but then the next step is how are you going to do that? What are you going to change? Who is going to need to be in that universe when you do it? And what's that timeline for doing it? And that's where I pop in. And I'm a firm believer in creating SMART goals, the acronym SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. And if every goal you have is SMART, you'll be shocked at just how much you can accomplish, especially when you involve the whole team by the end of the year.
I would say I would want a lot of SMART goals.
You want a lot of SMART goals. And almost always, this is true for myself, I bet it's true for you, Carol, and it's certainly true for my clients, when there's something that's not getting done, the first question is it SMART? And usually...
What is it going to do for you,
Yeah.
right? Is that what you mean?
No, SMART, the acronym I just gave,
Well, okay.
specific, measurable, actionable,
Right.
attainable, rather, relevant, and time-bound. Something is missing in there, and
Oh, okay,
if
I'm
something,
sorry.
so if they're not accomplishing the goal, is it SMART? It means one of those letters is left out. Usually it's the T.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
So I have a goal of getting 5 new customers per month all throughout the year. Great, that's step one, have that goal, but we dig down, what are the actions that are SMART behind the goals?
To get there.
Action, to get there, usually T is missing. It's a wish,
See, I
not a
love
goal,
him.
right? It's a wish because they'd like to do it, but there's no time frame to it, so it just keeps moving lower and lower on the list. It stays number 10 on the to-do list forever, because there's no time frame to it. There's no deadline to it.
We've got our lines open here for everyone to get the Academy for free from me. So all you have to do is go up onto the website, which is makingthecut.biz. You will see the Academy, you will see that there's a cost, but you're getting it for free by calling me. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. I myself feel that I also like to have somebody who I can be accountable to, you know, especially that I am a solopreneur, right? I like that. And even if you're not, I mean, I don't like calling myself a solopreneur. You know, I'm the only one there, but I talk to a lot of people all day long.
Right. Well, yeah, I think that's that's kind of the story you're telling yourself, is I'm a solopreneur, so I don't need anyone to help me. But again, you have a native genius, you want to make the most out of that, you want to make sure that you delegate through either software or humans. They can be contractors, they don't have to be W-2 employees. There's lots of resources you probably use and have that you may not acknowledge until you get a chance to sit down and take inventory of what's there. And that also helps you take inventory of what might you need to be a more effective solopreneur, as you call yourself.
Yeah, well, you know, if you tell yourself something, that is what you're going to be.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But what would you say is your favorite thing about what you do? I don't know if I've ever asked you that.
It's been a year or two if you have. The favorite thing about what I do is watching that moment where people they achieve the thing.
The light bulb?
Not even that, that's an understanding, that's an awareness, that's cool. But when they achieve the thing, they wanted to double the business and then they did. They wanted to figure out how to hire, like they had a certain culture that they were trying to create. It had been their vision, it was very different than anything else in the industry. And then they kind of look up one day and they realize they did it. That they've surrounded themselves with people equally passionate about the business, about the way they do business. You know, there's lots of industries where there's lots of choices, there's lots of dentists. But if you have a practice where you're creating a very certain sense of community in your neighborhood, you can do that. And that's the moment that I love, is when they
What
realize
makes you
they've
stand
achieved
out.
it. Yes.
Right? Now, I don't know if I've asked you this either, but and I think you should talk a little bit about, real quickly at the end of this, is what, you know, some of the different accolades, you know, some of the different kind of businesses that you've worked with, and that have been that turnout for you.
Sure, so I've worked with financial services because that's the industry where I served as an executive leader, so I know a lot of people in the industry, so I continue to work with them. But I have worked with dentists, CrossFit gyms, manufacturing firms, marketing agencies, several different...
A plethora.
Different types of healthcare,
Mm-hmm.
and in different ways that healthcare shows up. I have quite a few of those. I'm probably going to leave some people out, and I'll hear about it later if they happen to listen to it. But yeah, it goes across because you know, every one of them has employees, every one of them has processes, every one of them was founded by somebody or worked as an equity owner in the company where they really want to achieve something bigger than themselves, and that's where they're similar.
Well, I want you to really quickly at the end now, just tell everybody again what they're getting. It's super cool, you guys. You're gonna love it. Go ahead.
So callers of this show will get the Silver Bullet Academy for free, so don't sign up online, just call in, and Carol will cover the cost of that. What we'll also do is sign you up for the ebook, the 6 Silver Bullets You Need to Grow Any Business Fast. On the website, you'll see the scorecard where you can figure out and assess what phase of business you are in, and that will help define some of what you may want your SMART goals to be. And then take a few minutes on the profit equation calculator and see, perhaps this is where you become aware of you're doing some things really, really well, and maybe by making some really small adjustments in other categories, you could be outperforming yourself by multiples. All throughout the website, there's different ways you can interact with me. If you want to, you can schedule time if you want to, message, call, voice, whatever you'd like to do all throughout.
The other thing I want you to say is, because there's some people that when they start with something, they don't know exactly where to start, right?
Sure.
Maybe, I know you can start anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
but what would you recommend? Again, I think I know what you're gonna say, but just go ahead and tell them what you would recommend where they would start here.
Yeah, the easiest place, the smoothest place to start is the ebook, because that's the short read, and it's the highest level. It's six silver bullets versus digging in really deep, which we do throughout. So start there and pick the one that it really resonates with you. Like you look at it and think, oh my gosh, if I could tackle that one, that would remove about 10 headaches. Look for the one that takes the biggest headache that you feel that you've got right now, your biggest pain point, the one that causes you, the one that keeps you up at night. Pick that one and start there.
And it only takes 23 minutes, but you don't even have to read the whole thing. You could go right from the beginning and just look at the table of contents and see what jumps out at you.
Yeah, grab the one thing,
Right.
the thing that is your headache. And this isn't true for everybody, it's actually improved quite a bit, but for a lot of business owners, it's the staffing element, right? It's the attracting, recruiting, maintaining, and so we spend some time talking about process. And I do know from clients that are longer-term clients, once they get a handle and develop a true hiring, recruiting, and retaining process, they get what they need.
You know what, I think that's one of, like, maybe the top 5 things that people call you about.
Sure.
I bet you that's on the top 5.
I have no time and I can't keep people or find people or they don't show up or all that.
Right.
It comes up in a lot of ways, but it's essentially they got people problems.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's hard today. It used to be a little bit different, but I think it's become a little harder, especially for us older folks like me, who have a different process in their mind too.
Yeah.
Right?
You and I were raised by different parents who taught us.
Standards.
Yeah, different standards. They, what my parents would call work ethic. They thought about work as a very particular way, and they made sure that we also thought about it a very particular way. And it's not the same anymore. So that means we need to choose and develop how we operate in the world we have.
And how to find the people in the first place is what you help that with, which is that it's going to be the right person the first time, right? Not necessarily down the second or third or fourth, fifth person, right?
Yeah, and cracking through any biases, and we all have them. We all have some certain biases. So, for example, one bias might be a client that says, they typically hire younger because they want them to stay longer and develop a long-term career. But the paradox there is that younger people aren't looking for a place to develop a 20 or 30-year career.
Yeah.
That's not, it's not in their worldview.
Almost any area of your business, you can get help through you. Absolutely. And you can make yourself a better you. All you have to do is go up onto that website, which is makingthecut.biz. You're going to see all the information that you're going to get, and it's awesome. And the Academy, you'll see it's a cost, but you're not going to have to pay if you call me, and you're going to get it for free. So our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. You're absolutely going to love it when you do it.